allows himself to be touched. The Bible says that his spirit is like the wind. Well, you know what happens when you spit into the wind? The wind will push it back into your face. Well, you see, the reason why he had to take on a body, thou hast prepared a body for me, was so that the abuse that you would give to him would not come back and boomerang and hit you, but would be absorbed by him. So now when you slapped him, it didn't turn around and slap you, it stayed with him. Now when you spit on him, the saliva dried onto his face. He willingly went from a stance of being untouchable to touchable to gain me. And yet he looks at us and marvels that you won't become vulnerable to gain him. I ain't crying in front of nobody. I don't want nobody up in my business. I don't want nobody up in my Kool-Aid trying to figure out the flavor. Not up in here. You won't even so much as release tears. While he became vulnerable to possess you, you see vulnerability as weakness. And yet without it, you can't have salvation. If he was not vulnerable, you wouldn't be saved. If he did not become touchable, you couldn't get touched. And if he didn't have a touch for the untouchable, the lepers came to him and he touched them. Lepers were the AIDS of the day and the age. He has a touch for the untouchable. Others may not want to touch you, but he'll touch. But that came from vulnerability. He made himself vulnerable. Now he looks at you and says, won't you be vulnerable? You say, no thanks. Been there, done that. Not doing that no more. Made a vow. I'm not crying no more. Ain't nobody gonna make me cry. Ain't no man, ain't no woman, ain't nobody gonna make me cry. I cried enough over folk. Ain't crying no more. Just attitude. You look at him. I'm so glad you became vulnerable. I'm so glad you came to the earth. I'm so glad you came to the earth to show me the way. You sing about it. Just don't ask me to do that, okay? In order for you to enter into intimacy with him, you must become vulnerable and trust him. I trust you even when I realize I'm surrounded by enemies. Even when my own brothers have become my enemies. I trust you. Somebody lift your hands a moment and open up your mouth and just tell God, I trust you. I trust you. Back now to chapter 23 of Genesis. I marvel at this segment of Abraham's life, the man that is known as the father of faith. Personally, if I could give a little comment here, I would comment and say to God, was it not enough that the man was willing to lose his son? Why now are you bringing him to this point, whereby he must lose his wife? Sarah had been a faithful woman to him. It was Sarah that stood by his side, welcomed him home from the battle against Sodom and Gomorrah to bring them back along with Lot. It was Sarah that would sleep beside him at night. Occasionally he may tell her, the Lord spoke this to me, and the Lord said that to me. Nowhere do we ever see that Sarah contested Abraham. When she first encountered this Jehovah through Abraham, that there is only one God, Sarah, and there is not a pagan society of gods, but that he is all in all. And he has told me that if I'm going to find him, the first thing I've got to do is leave origin. I've got to find him by leaving my family. Cannot find him and stay in a comfort zone. Cannot find him and be amongst all these friends that are supporting me. I cannot find him and stay with the origin of my hurt and the origin of my pain. I must come out from this, and we've got to go to a place where we've never been, never seen, and don't even know exist. You must follow him into territory where you don't see any footsteps ahead of you. No map, no GPS system, nobody to tell you what it was like over there. Leave what you're familiar with and move to the unfamiliar, to the only thing that is familiar is his love. He becomes the security. He becomes the refuge. Come out from your security. Become vulnerable. Lose, Abraham, or you won't be able to gain. May I tell you the reason why we're struggling in Christianity? Nobody wants to lose nothing. Everybody wants all these miracles, all this power, without any loss. Amen. And I tell you something the Lord told me, you know God's got a sense of humor. The Lord said, let me tell you what the problem is. Everybody wants to see a miracle, nobody wants to be a miracle. I want to see you heal them, God. I didn't say nothing about don't let me get something. I want to be able to lay hands on someone else and they get healed. I don't want the one that's got to have their hands laid on because I'm fighting something in my body or in my... No. I want to see the miracle. I don't want to lose nothing. I'm not supposed to lose a job. I'm a child of God. I'm not supposed to lose a child. I'm not supposed to lose a marriage. I'm not supposed to lose a spouse. I'm not supposed to lose a parent. I'm not supposed to lose a friend. I'm not supposed to lose a church. I'm a child of God, you understand? I'm supposed to always gain. I'm going up to the enemy's camp and I'm going to take back what he stole from me. I knew I could have shouted on that. And nobody clapped when I was just talking a moment ago about loss. All y'all just looked at me like a goat looking at a new gate. As soon as I talked about getting it back. Yeah, brother, yeah. I told you, that's the problem. Nobody want to lose nothing. You want to hold miraculous power, you got to lose miraculously. People often ask me, where'd you get these revelations from? Where do you get these understandings? A lot of losses. A lot of losses. And, oh, did I mention you minister while you lose? You give while you lose. And oftentimes what you're giving is what you need. Yeah. What, you know, you need money, so God give that dollar to that person. Now, they look nicer than you, they dress better than you, they drive something better than you. God says, give them 20 bucks. They should be giving to me. I'm about a charity over here. I just need my own registered number. They should be giving to me. No, you want to gain? Lose. You want more money? Lose money. Give it when I tell you to give it. Lose it. Let it out your grip. Lose it. Somebody lift your hands to him a moment. We're going to get through this. It's going to be all right. Abraham, come to chapter 23 of Genesis.